to The Truth in His Art. I am your host, Rob Lee, and my next guest is a DMV-based model, Miss O the Goddess, Olethia Padilla. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you.
So let's kind of get into it. Like, you know, everyone has a different approach on when they say that they're a model. Some people, all modeling ain't created equal. I'll just put it that way. So for you, describe your work and what made you decide to go into modeling?
Actually, I kind of fell into it. I was going through a little hard period in my life, and my coworker invited me to a workshop event. And from that day on, it was just like, this is my thing. I don't know why I haven't been doing this for so long, but this is my thing.
So starting off with an event and then kind of that referral. So what sort of modeling do you do? Describe the type of modeling that you're into. Are you doing print? So describe that. So
I currently do print and some commercial. I'm also working with a few brands currently, and dabbling in some runway a little bit. But I shoot everything from fashion to lingerie, boudoir type shoots.
And you've been in the modeling game for about 3 years, right?
Yes, 3 years or so. That event that I was going to was in August of 2019. So
essentially you're a pandemic model. You started doing your modeling.
Yeah, basically, yes. So that has been a little difficult, and that kind of limited a lot of things, which kind of put me into a box, which I didn't want to really go into too far into. But I'm trying to get back to what I came into it for.
Sure. So how do you determine like brands? You said you work with brands or different projects that you work on and work with. Like, how do you determine who you want to work with, specifically photographers? And, because there are different, opportunities when you're starting off, you're new, you're babe in the woods, you may not know everything. So how do you go through checking and vetting and things of that nature? What's a fit for you?
Honestly, it's kind of like you just have to do some research on who they are, their work that they do, the people who have worked with them, things like that, and kind of get a feel of, especially for photographers, like, hey, have you worked with this photographer before? Were there any issues? Did everything go smoothly? Did he pay you? Did he not pay you? Did he just kind of just check in, is he a good one to work with type of thing? So just basically just that, just making sure you do your research on who you're working with. But for me, for brands, I'm looking for, basically, I'm open to I don't want to say pretty much everyone, but I'm open to the ones who, have a story behind them that is meaningful or touching to me, I guess, or just, just having that feel of, community and growth and everything like that. Like, are you doing what you are? Are you doing it ethically? Are you doing things for the right reasons? Are you just out here just to make money? Or is this really a brand behind this? Not just you creating and just throwing your logo on it and saying it's anything. But is there something behind it?
I mean, if I ever got into branding, I would just do it to talk to pretty girls. Like, here's my brand. Let's. No,
Here, can you wear this T-shirt?
Yeah, it's like you turned from a model to an influencer. It's like, this is
different. Yeah. I mean, technically, it's a little bit of both, essentially, because the high fashion models are still sponsored and promoting, even if you don't even realize that they're doing that.
Right.
Do you think it's just their outfit of the day? Oh, they're wearing this person, this person, this person. But no, they're promoting all those people at the same time.
Yeah, it's done a little bit more passively, I guess, but it's still the same thing. Mm-hmm. So tell me about the parts of modeling that you enjoy the most and some that you enjoy the least, and why do you classify them in that way?
The things that I enjoy the most is just being able to be creatively free, and whatever you come to mind, whatever your vision is in your head, you can just go forth and just do it and find some people to help you do it. Hey, I have this backdrop. I have these props. I have this, can we collab? Can we do something? And honestly, the freedom it gives me, because the types of shots I do or I have done, it's empowering to me. It's bringing me more confidence. It's making me feel better about myself, or not even that I needed to feel better about myself, but it's just making me feel like, I'm that girl. I'm confident. I'm just, I'm in it. This is my element. I'm just flowing with it. I'm whoever I want to be. I can be whatever character I need to be for the shot. So just being able to be free in that way is really awesome. But the things that I kind of don't really like is how, I don't know, some people like, they really want you to like give it all for nothing. So they really want, they'll come to you with one idea, and then once you say, okay, cool, I can do that, I can work with that, then there's like, okay, but closer to the time, it's like, oh, can you do this too? And then once we're there in the moment, it's like, oh, can you do this too? And it's like the suggestiveness and the pushing and the kind of talking around it or making it seem like, oh, just a couple more shots. Or like, it's just the manipulation of it. I don't like, and I feel like a lot of photographers don't realize that we know what you're doing, but, and we try to be nice about it when we tell you no over and over, but it's going to get to a point where it's like, all right, look, it's no. Like, how many ways can I say no? I'm not doing that. And if I keep telling you if it costs something to do something, then if you're not willing to pay the price, don't keep asking me to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like that, and that's the thing with like performance, right? Because I look at like modeling as a means of performance, and I've been in scenarios where I'll do like radio or something, or I'll do a podcast, and you have very specific terms, and you try to work accordingly and so on. But at times, people will try to take advantage, because at the end of the day, their goal is to get whatever their goal is. Yeah. So if it's like, well, I'm asking you for like, 15 shots or whatever, using that as a number. But
right. Or
like 25 is like, they're going to try to get that 25.
Right. And if they can get it for cheaper, whatever way they can word it in a way where they can still, like, I feel like I've come into issues where people would book me for like a fashion shoot or whatever. And then it's like, that shoot starts to turn into okay, you want me to do a lingerie shoot, really? And I'm like, okay, but that's not what you booked me for. And if I say, hey, that's a charge, then it's a problem. But it's like, oh, but you're already here. Okay. And you didn't ask for that service. I'm sorry. That's part of my rates. You asked for my rates. Those are different rates than what you asked for. And they try to just kind of slip it in there. Like, oh, it's just just pull the strap down just a little bit. I'm like, okay, you get the strap, but once you start asking me for both straps, you're going into a different genre now.
Right. It's like, let's just be clear here what we're doing. Right.
Let's be same page with everything. That's why I'm very detailed when people try to book with me, or when people book with me. I'm very detailed. I want to be very specific about everything. I want to know the vision you have, the vision that if we're collaborating, the vision we both have, are we on the same page with that vision? All that. And if it seems like you're pushing for more or for less, it's a no deal for me.
Yeah, and I'm a person that I've gotten into the spot where I've been putting together more proposals and things of that nature, and it's a different set of skills, right? Because a lot of times when we're just getting started, or if we're in this kind of DIY kind of spot, you don't have the access, you don't have the resources to do it. You're just trying to figure it out as you go along, and being able to advocate for yourself and like, look, this is what we're doing. These are the terms, or no deal. I admire that. I admire that. So. Now, granted, I know you're a few years in, and we have the pandemic as a piece of this. But what would you say has kind of held you back within the industry, if there has been anything that's held you back in the industry?
Honestly, I think the way I came into the industry was kind of holding me back, because I came into it because the event that I went to was a swimwear event. So then everybody saw my shape. Everybody saw how I looked in a bathing suit. So then it's like, okay, cool. I want you to do swimwear, 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 which swimwear is my top tier. Like, if I could do that for the rest of my life, I am perfectly happy to be on somebody's beach every day, every week. I don't really care. That is my ideal for sure. But then it's like, okay, cool, do lingerie. I love doing lingerie because, like I said, I can be that character. I can be that whatever I need to be for that image and be in that vibe. But then it kind of got stuck in the lingerie and boudoir, and then like it seems like that's what only people want to book me for now is that genre. And I'm like, I love it here, but I also like other things. Like, can you guys book me for other things too? Like, I can't show pictures if nobody's booking me for those things. But then it goes into like, I'm going to have to start creating my own pictures and creating my own things and just getting everything down with that as soon as this move is done.
I dig it. I dig it when, I've been looking at this, and this is not the same, but I think it's worth examining. You'll hear stories from people who are entrepreneurs on like, man, I went to the city and I really like tacos, but they didn't have tacos. So I started making my own tacos and people started buying them and I became an entrepreneur in that field. Yeah. But I think it's kind of what you're describing. Like, you don't want to be pigeonholed or typecast in a type of shoot. You want to be able to have a broader, more crossover appeal. So sometimes it's DIY and build it out your own. And that's what your plan is. So I love to hear that.
Right. That's exactly the goal and the plan this year is to really just be more bold with my work, because I really don't show my work. I only show what, I create with other photographers.
Sure.
Mainly because I was so new to it and I'm still like learning and trying to figure out things and learning how to use my camera and everything like that. But that's definitely the goal for this year, is to really push myself a lot more and put myself out there more. Yeah,
going from a baby in the industry to a teenager and
basically all of that. Growing up in the world. We're graduating now.
So describe some of, because I'm getting photography, I'm getting like the visuals, aesthetics, and things of that nature, obviously. So describe some of your other creative or artistic interests and how you may apply those to modeling.
I have so many interests. I'm kind of like that jack of all trades, master of none, but one is better than all. What the rest of that quote is. Let me not say the rest of that quote. I messed it up already. But yeah, basically that. I just have an eye for certain things. It's a feeling for me. It's hard to explain how to really put what I do in work. Like I do so many things. I paint, I make jewelry, I can create crafts, art, all types of art. So it's just being able to, when I do start pushing myself, just to be able to put those elements into my vision of, I knit. So, okay, let me do a knit shoot. Like everything's knitted up, everything from head to toe, knitted glasses, like stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just taking my vision and my multifaceted mind and just creating something, a little bit of everything into one that's just me. So I do too much to say what really brings to it. It's really much more of a feeling for me. If I see it and what's the best way to describe it? You ever listen to a song and it like, you can feel it like tingle in your head or behind your back or like stuff like that. That's how it is for me. If I see it in my head and I get that tingly and I get that vibe within me, it's like, okay, I gotta go for that. That's what it is. That's that move. I gotta go that way.
I like it. So I got a couple more questions, real questions, before I get to the goofy questions. Describe your dream photo shoot in terms of location, who's involved, maybe a theme. What does that look like for you?
Honestly, like I said, I love being anywhere near water. I love the beach. That's my happy place. That's my home. So really, I've always wanted to shoot at a waterfall, and I haven't done one yet. I've gotten close, but it wasn't what I expected it to be. But I really want to do a really nice waterfall shoot, like somewhere where it's like that deep cave with the water and the light shining down, like it's that.
I'm visualizing it.
Yes, exactly. That's all in my head. That's what I mean. I see every piece of every detail. My mind works that way. So, yeah, just being somewhere under somebody's beautiful waterfall. That's where I want to be.
All right.
And hopefully for modeling for a high-end brand while doing so.
I love it. Yeah, be specific. Let's put it out there. Let's manifest.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I love Dior. Holler at me, please.
I gotta get that post-interview, get that post-shoot interview. Yeah, so Olethia, yeah, tell me more. How was the water?
Tell me more.
So I would imagine there's a lot of competition between women when it comes to like modeling or what have you. How do you build up your colleagues, like not falling into like, well, it's you versus her or what have you, or you versus another model to be more inclusive, I suppose. How do you like build yourself up while building up your colleagues or what have you?
Honestly, for myself, I try not to look at anybody as competition. Everybody has something that you don't, and it's just like, okay, how do I get there? How do I embody that? But it's not really like a envious thing or I want to copy type of thing. It's like I see you're an inspiration to me. I like what you're doing. How can I get to do that too? Like, let me learn from you. So for me, it's never a competition. It's always a learning experience. Like, okay, let me learn from her. But as far as like lifting my colleagues up, I always love on everybody. If you know my circle, you know I'm loving on everybody. Like I'm everybody's hype man. When you're doing it, I'm yelling in the background like that's me. I'm hyping everybody up because that's just my energy. I've always been that way. Like if I really vibe with you, if I really bang with you, I'm really hyping you up and showing you love for sure. But on my end, it's never really a competition. It's always how can you get there?
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, here's the thing. You're an overachiever because you answered my last question in what you were describing there. So that's all I got in the real questions now. It's about to get weird. It's about to get real weird.
Weird is scary.
So all of the goodwill that I've established there with you so far, gone. It's going to go away.
God?
It's like now you hate Rob Lee. No, I'm kidding. So I got 5 questions for you, right? They're rapid fire questions. If you need to provide extra context, feel free, but literally they're rapid fire. All right.
Okay.
So what are 3 things that that people may be surprised to find out about you?
That I'm 30 years old and I'm married. And I'm really a homebody. I really stay to myself. I'm not really out there like that, which is why I'm like, I got to push myself to be out there like that. Cause I'm an introverted extrovert, I guess.
I dig it. Now I said that this next question is kind of like a pun because of what you do. Mm-hmm. Who's your role model?
Who's my role model?
Yeah. Cause modeling and I thought I was corny with it, but I was trying.
I'll let it pass. Who's my role model?
If it's another model, that would be great. Like who's like you look at as like a good like representation of what modeling looks like for you.
What modeling looks like for me?
Yeah.
It's just I don't have a specific role model in this sense. It's just I really get inspired just kind of by everybody and everything. I get inspired by nature. I get inspired by fashion and runway, and just every little bit of it is my role model within this field, because there's so many different sides to it. There's so many different fields to it. There's so many different aspects to modeling. It's not just pose and take a picture. It's so much more. It's so much more behind it. So just the art of modeling is my role model.
I dig it. When are you're most free? Like you were kind of touching on that earlier. You want that notion to be free to create and so on. But let's say when is you're at your most freest? Like, is it when you're traveling? Is it when you first wake up in the morning? Like, what is that like for you?
I have to take it back to being around water. That's when I feel the most free. It's everything in one. It's relaxing. It's fun. It's everything. I don't even know how to put it in words. That's just water does it for me. It's just being in rhythm with the ocean. I feel like I'm connected with the world around me. I'm connected with the earth. So that fringiness, like that's my heartbeat. That's going with my rhythm, and I just feel connected to the world around me in the water.
Dope. Okay, last two. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I'm a big kid, and I love Finding Nemo.
That's a good one. Gotta keep swimming, then goes to the water. Yeah, see, boom. Everything goes together. Everything is a circle.
Everything connects. Everything connects.
Okay, this is the last one. I'm sure you're going to say like in the water, but here's the question.
No, I hope not.
What is your favorite?
That was not the theme.
What is your favorite travel destination? Like places that you've gone. It's like, yo, I really liked my time there. What is that favorite travel destination for you?
So recently, we went to Cancun. Actually, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was really lit. Just the atmosphere.
Surrounded by water, yeah.
I'm not. I promise this is not totally like this.
I get it.
But yeah, Puerto Rico, just that anywhere tropical. Yes, it's the water. Any place warm and tropical. I don't do the cold. I hate the cold. I don't like the cold. Anything under 65 is too cold for me. I don't do it.
So you hate it right now.
Warm, huh?
So you hate it right now.
I hate it. And I'm a February baby and I hate it.
What part of February?
February 1st.
Oh, you're an Aquarius, gang. Hell yeah, let's go.
Gang.
Yeah. So that's all the questions that I have for you. It's good to get a peek into your background and some of your story and going into modeling. If you will, I want to encourage you to share with the folks where to check you out, where to check your work out, social media, all of that good stuff.
Okay, so I'm currently only on Instagram with my modeling. So you can catch me there at Miss O, the goddess. So it's ms.o_ the goddess. That is my only page. There is another fake page out there. So I only have one page. And if it's not a yellow picture, it's not me. And you can also catch me at my website. It is missothegoddess.com. Same way, just without the dot in the middle, just msothegoddess.com.
So there you have it, folks. I want to thank Miss O the Goddess. I think we're on that name basis right now for coming onto the podcast. This has been a lot of fun. And I'm Rob Lee, saying that there is art, modeling, the whole thing, creativity in and around your city. You just got to look for it.